the Africa service of Vatican Radio.
Welcome to our half-hour daily program for Africa.
Stay tuned for our bulletin of church news, which will be followed by Panorama, and then our feature, Culture and Society. We shall close with the news for young people. I am Johnny Baptist Tumusime. On Thursday, Pope Francis received an audience members of the Board of Trustees of Notre Dame Catholic University. The university is found in the U.S. state of Indiana. In his address, the Holy Father invited Catholic educators to help students to realize their dreams through an integrated intellectual and spiritual formation. David Watkins has the details.
Questo è il segreto dell'educazione, che si pensa e quello che si sente si fa, che si faccia quello che si sente e si pensa.
This is the secret of education, that we think what we feel and do, that we feel what we think and do, and that we do what we feel and think. Pope Francis offered that summary of his vision of the mission of educators as he met Thursday in the Vatican with the President and Board of Trustees of the University of Notre Dame. As he spoke to the men and women responsible for the University of the Fighting Irish, the Pope reflected in depth on what he calls the three languages of education: the head, the heart, and the hands.
Quello è il nocciolo.
These three elements of the human person, he said, form the core of Catholic education and its goal of assisting young people to arrive at maturity and completeness. He invited Notre Dame's educators to help students develop their head or mental faculties through deeper appreciation of both learning in general and the richness of the Catholic intellectual tradition. Turning to the heart, known as the seat of wisdom and faith in the Judeo-Christian tradition, Pope Francis said Catholic education should assist students to cultivate openness to the three transcendentals: the true, the good, and the beautiful. The Pope asked the Catholic educators of Notre Dame if they help young people dream, inviting them to respond in their own conscience. He therefore upheld the role of religion in educating people's hearts in a way that will help students to renew society and face the challenges of life. The hands, or active charitable aspect of the human person, represent the goal of Catholic education, said the Pope. We cannot stay within the walls or boundaries of our institutions, he said. Rather, we must strive to go out to the peripheries and meet and serve Christ in our neighbor. May you continue to offer students, he said, the legacy of a solid Catholic education and help them become a powerful force for good in society. I'm Devin Watkins.
Earlier on Thursday morning, Pope Francis had received an audience the Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of Sao Tome and Principe, Mr. Patrice Emery Trovoada, who after was also received by the Vatican Secretary of State, Cardinal Pietro Parolini. A statement issued by the Holy See Press Office after the meeting said the Holy Father and Mr. Trovoada had cordial talks which focused on the relations between the Holy See and the Democratic Republic of Sao Tome and Principe, highlighting mainly the political and the socio-economic situation of the country, especially collaboration in the fields of education and health care. They also shared views on the international affairs, with a particular reference to the security problems in African countries. In view of this year's Lenten season, which begins on Wednesday, February 14th, with the smearing of the ashes on the forehead, the Holy See released on Thursday Pope Francis's message for the season. The message has the title, "Through the Desert, God Leads Us to Freedom." In the message, the Pope invites the faithful to conversion, which he describes as a journey to free ourselves from all that continues to enslave us by keeping us away from God. The Holy Father says the journey to conversion is not an easy one because there is always the temptation to cling to an oppressive bondage that we are called to leave behind. He assures the faithful that the Lord is always there to help and guide us in this journey, drawing us closer to Himself with love. God has not grown tired of us despite our sinfulness, the Pope says. The message was presented on Thursday in different languages to reporters. Cardinal Michael Cheney, the prefect of the Dicastery for the Promotion of Integral Human Development, presented it in English.
The message emphasizes freedom at a time when many, too many, huge difficulties weigh everyone down. The gospel opens up a path in the desert and announces that our enslavement is already over and truly ended. The Exodus journey is necessarily long, not only to reach the promised land, but above all to choose genuine freedom. For the freedom offered must be desired and embraced. Not even God can do this for us.
Cardinal Michael Cheney, the prefect of the dicastery for the promotion of integral human development. This Friday, February 2nd, will be marked in the Catholic Church as World Day for Consecrated Life. Pope Francis is scheduled to preside over Holy Mass in St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican. The liturgy will start at 15:30 GMT, which will be 17:30 Italian time, and will be live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, and on the Vatican News web page. Listeners in West Africa can follow it in shortwave in the following frequency: 13830 kilohertz. That is 13830 kilohertz. The Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Buea in Cameroon, the Right Reverend Michael Bibi, has condemned the killing and injury of civilians and vandalism in an open market in the town of Buea by unidentified gunmen. The gunmen attacked the market on Tuesday this week, killing one person and injuring many. The bishop extended his condolences to the relatives and friends of the deceased and his sympathies to those who were injured and to their dear ones. He invited the faithful not to lose faith in God because he hears their cries of suffering. He called upon the population to remain vigilant, but also to exercise prudence and caution during the current challenging times. Buea is situated in the English-speaking region of Cameroon, where rebels of the Ambazonia movement have since 2016 been fighting for a separate homeland. The rebels accuse the government of Cameroon, which is dominated by people from the French-speaking regions, of marginalizing citizens in the English-speaking provinces. You are tuned to the English Africa service of Vatican Radio.